Hey guys, I just want to give you an update on the tank. There's been a couple new additions added to the tank. There is a golden head or lion head goby that just got added a couple days ago. He's hiding down there in the corner. He's a pretty substantial guy. He will be eating some of the sand to help turn this over. I did have a small outbreak of cyano. I'm not super duper concerned about it, but the starfish by himself is not enough. So I either have to increase the flow, which I don't really want to do because all the corals are doing great. So I'm going to cut back on the feeding a little bit. I'm also going to, I added some more cleanup crews, some more snails, some more crabs, and the sifter goby. And of course I did add a Aptasia eating filefish as a precaution today, but he is being very shy, so I don't think we're going to see him. I also want to conclusively say the Tunze 8850 does sustain corals. It does grow corals. You can see I have some new heads growing down there, as well as these ones are doing great. So is that mushroom there. That mushroom's growing. Now that has combined light from the Max Spec Celestial, but most of these are centered directly under the Tunze 8850 underwater light. So the Goniopora is doing great. Same with the Haitian anemone there. These corals are doing fantastic. The war coral, as well as the other zoa I have up there. And I did some maintenance under the tank. So I added an auto top off, Tunze 8152 auto top off unit, which I should have done a long time ago. I cleaned up the wiring, stuck the power bricks to the back wall, zip tied off the stuff, so a lot of the stuff you don't even really see. But yeah, that definitely has been helping everything, especially the skimmer. I just unloaded that today. It was disgusting. But the auto top off is a lifesaver, and I highly recommend it to everyone and anyone as one of the top priorities that you should get on your tank. It just sits there in the return pump chamber, and then there's the water filler, water tube line, I should say, from the pump that's sitting in the bucket of fresh water. So what it will do is it's a float switch, and once that float switch goes down, it will trigger the system to turn on and fill the water level in the chamber back up to exactly where I want it, or right above it. I can adjust it. And then it has a safety feature where if it runs for more than, I believe it's 2 minutes consecutively, it'll automatically turn off as a precaution. The system will think the switch is stuck. That also prevents you from overfilling your sump however high you have it. Other than that, everything is running really well. Kind of hilarious thing. I thought I had bought a bottle of conditioner, water conditioner. And this whole time before, my boss gave me the okay to use the distilled water we get here at work. Or I should say not distilled, the deep rock water. I had just been adding Reef Accelerator. So our water here in Longmont must be pretty decent, because I've just been adding straight tap water and no dechlorination at all. The bottles look almost identical, and I should have paid more attention, but I just grabbed the purple bottle. So, but the good news is I have coralline algae starting to grow. You can see right there. So, no wonder. It's kind of funny. Had no idea that I was doing that, but all's well that ends well, I guess. So, definitely think it's a good idea to clean up your wiring. You can see this is the side that's cleaned up. I still need to do that side. It's a mess. I will get to it, but the main thing is the power bricks. Anything that would be sitting on the floor, it's not a correct drip loop. So for safety, if you have a leak or anything, you want to have your power bricks lifted off so they're not exposed to any leaks or drips or anything to prevent electrical fire or from causing other severe damage to your components that otherwise wouldn't have had that damage had you just had drip loop. I just took some Gorilla tape, some double-sided Gorilla tape, and stuck it right to the wall, and then just zip tied these cords. Not as advanced as some people, but hey, it does the job, keeps everything out of the way. When I'm working in here, it's all the way at the very back. You don't have to worry about it. So maybe I'll clean this side up, but it's not as pressing. I don't have any power bricks on that end. The main thing I would suggest is, especially where you have power bricks, and then of course all my wiring goes to two of these guys up here. So yeah, that's about it for my update video. I don't really think anything else is going on at the moment. I'm thinking about adding a dwarf lionfish to finish off all the fish in this tank. And I may have a couple more damsels, because the damsels are really good additions for this guy. So whenever he gets hungry versus going after some of the more expensive fish like the Scopus tang or the cinnamon clown, which I think are too big for him anyways, but I haven't lost these 4 damsels, but I keep him pretty well fed. But it'll definitely prevent him from, he ate some velvet damsels and some other things like that, so I don't think I'll do that again. I'll just have these smaller species of damsels in here. They're common but pretty. I still have no idea what these guys are. I know that one's a damsel. It's got some blue outlining on it, and it's a silver iridescent body, some blue spots. The other one has blue spots and a silver body, but the other one has a yellow tail. So I'm wondering if it's a male-female thing. I don't know. But I'm not familiar with those damsels yet still. I know those are yellow tails. I did have some blue velvets in here. And he ate all of them actually. And then of course I added some more snails and crabs and things like that. But so far so good. All the parameters are great, and I'm just going to keep on going.